And 2021 is over. I think it's no surprise that I don't really care about talking about my favorite games because they'll be brought up eventually, or the worst games because it's pretty obvious which ones they are. But I do want to talk about which games I'm excited for in 2022, and there's a lot of them. I'm gonna go through just the ones that are. I'll probably be going in release date order. I think. Um, from what I remember. I'm probably gonna miss one, but let's get started with Pokemon Legends Arceus. Uh, this is not only the first big exclusive of the Switch. I think this is something that needs to be done with Pokemon. I think Pokemon is a tired out series, and I've thought that for a long time. Still incredible games and fun, mostly because of nostalgia, but overall, I happen to think Pokemon is very, very good, and the creatures are very, very fun to use and just, have fun. But we need something different, and Arceus is set to do a semi open world, which is something different, and the battling system is going to be changed, and overall, it looks to be just radically different, which is something I really want to see. It's coming out later this month, so at the end of the day, I am excited to see what they do with this. I want to see ultimately what happens after this as well. If it is successful, will we see more in this type of, idea like Pokemon Legends, and then we'll go Reshiram, or is it that type of thing? Is it a Pokemon Rangers spinoff, that type of style, or is it a possible start to the mainline entries that they'll switch over to? I'm doubtful because one, Pokemon Legends seems a lot harder to actually make than a basic Pokemon game. So at the end of the day, more than likely they won't actually make this a mainline series. But I have dreams. Hopefully it's good. But the next one that I'm excited for is Elden Ring. I don't think anyone really isn't excited for Elden Ring. Um, but it's a Souls game. I really need to say anything about it besides that? I'm a big Souls fan. Uh, Dark Souls is one of my favorite games of all time. Uh, and Souls is just an incredible genre that has kind of gone along with Metroidvania to be like those games that you just pick up and play and explore and have fun. And Elden Ring will probably join that set. I don't know if I will get this on release, but it's one of those things where I don't like to really get into that community of Souls players because they're all fucking disgusting. Uh, they really get into it, but overall, I'm talking about the serious people too, not the yeah. But overall, Elden Ring, I'm excited for. A little less than Arceus. I don't think this is gonna change the gameplay too much of a Souls game. Elden Ring is so. I I really just don't think it'll live up to the hype, but I'm hopeful it's still a fun experience. Uh, One of the games that I'm not very excited for, but I am interested to look at, is Gran Turismo 7. And that's mostly because it's coming out on PS5, and I just want to see how it looks and plays. I'm not interested in actually the game really, but I'm not a racing guy, so that's yeah. That's just a note for this. But another one is Forspoken. Forspoken is a game that was showcased at the Game Awards, and it looks sick. That's the thing. There's like this traversal system that I don't really know what they're calling it, but it has these like really cool looking moves, open world RPG, and apparently it has a decent narrative. My only hope is the gameplay actually matches the movement, so it's fast. It's a lot of dopamine, just all at once. All the stuff. I really hope it's fantastic because Forspoken looks like it could do a lot. Next one is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Uh, it's been a while since we got a Kirby game, right? Especially in the main series. Um, yeah, 3D adventure game. Overall, I think this is the first 3D one we're getting, so hey, fantastic. There's nothing much more to say about it. We'll probably see more as time goes on, but um, yeah, there's also Sonic, which I don't know when that comes out, but overall, it seems 3D is the way to go now. Like 3D world exploration type of thing. But we have Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. The only reason I'm excited to see this is because they are completely redoing an engine, which is something kind of rare for something such as Legos. And overall, it's a retelling of the 9 mainline Star Wars movies, which for a lot of people, they'll play the first trilogy, then the second trilogy, and then they'll play the first movie of the last trilogy and call it a day because you should. Those movies suck. But it's a Lego game, which is perfect if you have a little brother, if you have someone that isn't a big gamer, but they want to play games with you. Lego Star Wars is always, a perfect place to do that. I'm not excited for it, but it is coming out. I will mention it. It's Saints Row, but that was pushed to August, so we'll see. We have Starfield, which I would be more excited for if it wasn't Bethesda. And also, they described it like as Skyrim in space, so I'm not very excited for it. One of the games that I saw that I really want to see, and we're getting into ones that don't have a release date, but Bayonetta 3 was, announced for this year, but is Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is the continuation of the Arkham games, kind of. Apparently, Batman is dead, spoilers, and you're going to play as Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Red Hood, and I'm very excited for that. Apparently also has a 2-player co-op, which is going to be pretty sick. I'm really excited for that. I love the Arkham games, though I haven't played all of them, and I feel like a co-op would make this game incredible. You could do some really sick combos and stuff like that. Another one that is also in the same vein of Gotham Knights, of just being a cool idea finally brought forth, is Hogwarts Legacy. If you don't know, this was in teaser footage like a few years ago, longer than that. I think I covered it at some point. But Hogwarts Legacy looks to be a Harry Potter RPG with character creation and just life. Apparently it's supposed to release April 15th. I don't think so, but it looks like it's going to be fantastic, and it's just a good idea. It's like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Do you know how cool an RPG of that caliber would be with Avatar: The Last Airbender world? It would be fantastic, and Hogwarts Legacy fits this as well. It's a good source material. Doesn't matter about anybody around it, but it's a good source material to explore and create new worlds and actions and stories through video games and, heck, even books, though the last book was not great. But, yeah. Breath of the Wild 2 is supposed to come out this year, apparently, and while I am excited in some cases, I'm not excited that we are getting a sequel to Breath of the Wild. I think limiting yourself to this type of environment and putting the pressure on for a Zelda game to fit this mold that you put as Breath of the Wild is a bad idea. But overall, I am somewhat excited to play it, and we'll see how overall it does. Another game that I am excited for that we don't have a release date for is Nightingale. Or Nightingale. That's what I'm going to go with. But overall, it seems to be a survival crafting game with open world aesthetics, like a shared world open world. It has like guns, man. It just looks interesting. It's one of those things where it just looks fucking interesting. Yeah. Another one that has been announced, but I doubt will come out this year, is Shadow Warrior 3. A lot of people don't know about Shadow Warrior, but I really loved the first one after the revitalization. And then we have Shadow Warrior 2, which came out in 2016, I think. I haven't even finished that one, but I am excited to see Shadow Warrior 3. Sonic Frontiers, which I mentioned earlier. I don't know the release date for it, but I am excited to see. I think open world fits Sonic in a 3D space. I've always thought that, but we'll see if it actually comes to fruition and if it's successful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not many other games I'm excited for, but those are the ones that up here off the top of my head. Uh, there are a couple such as Splatoon 3 and Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League that a lot of people would be like, where's that? I'm not excited for those. I think those are just there because they feel like it. I think Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League was incredibly weird and funky and not like what in my wheelhouse, so I'm not going to bother. Um, Splatoon 3, I played the first Splatoon a lot, and I basically lost my patience with Splatoon 2. And I'm not going to bother putting my negative spin on Splatoon 3 if I do happen to not enjoy it. I'll let other people enjoy it. But overall, that's basically what I'm looking forward to in 2022. Probably I'll end up playing quite a few of those on stream or even in a video, hopefully, if I ever, upload. But that's it for right now. Thank you guys for hanging out. What's your most anticipated game for 2022? And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. As always, till then.